Cadet is really fun because there's like so many different things that you can do.
My favorite activity is the zip line. You have so much fun.
I thought the camp was going to be very challenging at first, but then once you got into it, you got used to it.
It is fun watching the EMTs and like the helicopters because we had 2 helicopters this year and that was really cool.
I respect the counselors a lot. Well, they're police officers and a lot of them have been in the military and I hold those people with very high respect.
It's a camp where good kids come to become better people.
Camp was started originally for kids just to kind of bridge the gap between youth and law enforcement in the area. It's kind of expanded since then. It's to give them an idea of what it's like to be in law enforcement, but you know, it's just also a camp for kids that just want to get away and enjoy some things that they've never been able to do before.
Camp is based on a lot of physical activity, and so we stress being in shape. We also do a lot of activities with them that police officers have to be aware of, shooting guns, first aid, crime scene, and just general fun too, swimming, canoeing, zip line, stuff like that.
The biggest misconception about the camp, I think, is that when people hear about Center County Police Camp Cadet, they automatically think that it's associated with kids that are in trouble or the kids that are bad kids, and that is absolutely not true.
I can watch the girls some days and just think they are so brave, because I wouldn't have done that. Last year with the zip line, it was new to all of us, so even the counselors had that moment when we got to the top and looked down and you weren't really sure how you felt about going forward, but the girls were watching and you needed to be the example that you had told them to be all week.
When we tell the parents that their son or daughter is going to be changed by Saturday, we mean that they're going to have confidence in themselves, they're going to be very proud of themselves, and I think this is something that all the kids will carry on throughout their life.
Okay, ladies, good afternoon. Welcome to the CSI portion of Camp Cadet here. Who here is a CSI fan?
Oh, I think the kids have a blast.
Okay.
One thing that they always say, oh, it's CSI Day, CSI Day, and then the next day it's all zip lining, or we're going to do archery, we're going to do canoeing. There are so many diverse things. I mean, their day is full. The time they wake up in the morning for PT until they go to bed at night, they have a fully packed day with a lot of different professionals that come out here.
My favorite activity would probably have to be like the crime scene investigation, because you get to learn what they do and you get to go through everything and you get to use actual equipment sometimes and that kind of thing. And they put you in certain, like you could be a detective, officer in charge, photographer like I am today. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, and I just really like that kind of thing.
The helicopter landing was very interesting. The rotors cause 110-mile-an-hour winds. I did not know that. And the pilot, he was pretty funny. And seeing all the dials and all the high-tech stuff that that helicopter had was very cool.
Perfect, perfect.
Thank you, sir.
Right on the money.
I think my favorite activities are, I really enjoy shooting. I also enjoy the zip line, the rock wall. They set up scenarios, police scenarios that you can solve. You can ride dirt bikes and mountain bikes, and yeah.
When they first come out here, they're challenged with a set of rules, and it's really important to follow those rules and to learn them. At first, they're a little bit standoffish about them. They're not used to kind of having that structure in their lives. And they learn pretty quickly that if I follow the rules, then there's no punishment. And punishment here is maybe push-ups. By day 3, they actually rely on the structure. They really start to thrive on the structure. They like the discipline.
Yes, we do PT. PT, that gets the kid up, that gets them awake, that gets them moving, versus just waking up and going to sit in front of the TV. And during the day, they're doing all sorts of activity. They're watching, talking to helicopter pilots that land off the camp here. They're swimming, they're doing canoeing, they're fishing. So, I mean, there's a lot more than just this military aspect of the camp.
If you are disciplined, you can do whatever you want to do. We need to make sure that they finish what they start, and if they say they want to come to camp, they actually show up. And once they come to camp, they actually do what they said they were going to do, which is follow the rules, do their job, and also we expect them to help other kids, help other people, and we do see that a lot out here.
Marching and cadence, like one person will start off in the cadence and then you'll repeat that back, or just like another line from the cadence. And marching, you always start out with your left foot and you just march and a straight line, and if you talk in line, then you have to do some push-ups.
Left right, Camp Cadet! Left right, Camp Cadet! 1, 2, 1,
like marching and the cadences. I think it gives us something to do.
Our squad kind of teases the other squad. No squad is better than green. And
But the idea of cadence is we don't just walk anywhere, we march, and the idea of cadence is it keeps you in step, and it also kind of entertaining where you're actually hearing some pretty cool phrases, and a lot of us will call military cadence.
They always want to be number one, so every day their cadence becomes more and more and louder as the week goes on. Come Friday, they are screaming, and they want to be the loudest and best group that they possibly can be.
Ready? Ready.
3, 2, 1.
It's amazing to see them do something for the first time. I feel very fortunate. Like, is this the first time that they've actually overcome a fear like this? Am I the first one to witness it? I mean, that's an awesome feeling. We've watched girls stand up on top of the zip line and, are terrified, and we've had an entire squad below them cheering them on. We've had counselors cheering them on, and the look on their face when they're done doing that and they've accomplished something like that is just absolutely amazing.
On Saturday morning, and when the parents pick up their kids, they're going to see a kid who now is disciplined, is focused, and is confident and is very sure about what they are doing.
So in the beginning, they're shy and they're meek and they don't volunteer for things, and they kind of step to the side. By the end of the week, they're out front, they're asking questions, they're volunteering to do things.
In a world that is so busy, we give them a week where there are adults who are living with them, eating with them, playing softball with them, doing activities with them, who are completely giving them their undivided attention. By the end of the week, they don't want to go home. They have made brand new friends that they never would have expected to meet. They know about careers that they may not have ever realized existed.
You look at a cadet that at the beginning of the week didn't want to be here, didn't believe in herself, just had no self-esteem or low self-esteem and low self-confidence, didn't believe that she could actually accomplish things at this camp. 4 days later, I'm sitting across from her eating lunch or dinner, and she's smiling and she's happy and she's talking about saying things like, "I am not used to winning. I don't know what to I don't know what to think. This is so exciting." Having that happen over and over again, it's worth more than anything I could get in return.
I am a 2-time camper. I really liked it last year, so I decided I was going to come again, and it actually made me change my mind, and I actually decided I want to kind of go into like the law enforcement, criminal justice kind of field in my future.
I'm going to take junior ROTC in high school, and I'm hoping to join the Marine Corps afterwards and possibly get into law enforcement. And this really helps me get a taste for all that.
But this pilot that came in the other day, I never realized how much work was into it, and it interests me a lot, actually.
I wanted to be a forensic scientist, and now I can see what to do, like all the fingerprints and all the DNA we can collect and everything from crime scenes.
Police work is something I'd like to be in someday, maybe, because it sounds really interesting the way they talk about it and the things we do at the camp.
Because I've always wanted to be a police officer, so doing this kind of made me even want to be a police officer even more.
Personally, the reason that I volunteer for this is this camp gave me so much whenever I was here back in 2005, and it made me a completely different person. I was a very shy person, didn't want to talk to anyone, and now I'm a very confident young lady who is following her dreams through life, and I believe that it all started with Camp Cadet.
And every year I come back, it's a whole new group of kids, and I love it. I really enjoy it.
The parents that will come up to us on Saturday morning after graduation and say, "Wow, I can see an improvement in him just in that small frame of time." That's really cool.
If we can make a difference with these young kids and show them, obviously, at some point they're going to have the decision between right and wrong. We can't make that decision for them. But if we can give them those tools to make a good decision instead of a bad decision, that can change their whole life just on one decision, and they become a productive part of society.
I watch them transition and I think, is it really going to happen every week? Every week that we see these girls come out here and these young men come out here and watch them grow each and every day, I'm amazed that in 6 short days what they actually can accomplish and how much self-confidence and self-esteem they can gain in that amount of time. But it happens, and it happens every year the same way. Any young person attending Camp Cadet is going to gain confidence, self-esteem, friendships, and an experience of a lifetime.